These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hey there, I'm Amelia Fabiano with your afternoon update here from ABC15 Arizona. Let's look at an Operation Safe Roads report first here, helping you stay safe while out walking. In recent years, Arizona has ranked near the bottom in the nation for pedestrian safety. But in Phoenix, they're continuing to invest in high-intensity activated crosswalks, known as HOCs, to help you cross a little more safely. ABC15's Adam Klepp shows us how they work as the city also hits a big milestone.
The HOC crossing, only a pedestrian like myself is able to activate the street light. Wait, once I do so, traffic stops and the walk sign comes on, allowing me to cross the street safely. When I'm in the crosswalk, cars must stop on solid red lights and can proceed when safe to do so on flashing reds. On the other side of McDowell, I press the same button and traffic stops again so I can cross back.
Sadly, we have been a leader in pedestrian fatalities and red light fatalities. We're going to change that, and this is how we're going to change it. 2, 1.
Now, all over the city, the activation of the 100th HOC in Phoenix at 18th Street and McDowell was marked by a ceremonial first crossing. What was here before?
Just a regular crosswalk without a light.
The first HOC was installed in 2009, but more and more are being activated every month, going from 50 to 100 in Phoenix in just the last 5 years.
What we're finding is that there's reduced pedestrian incidents at those locations.
And data backs that up. A federal government study showed a 70% decrease in pedestrian crashes after HOC signals were installed. But the study did also warn the lights may not be as effective if they're overused. Bicyclists like Abby Tomich also say they feel safer crossing here with the light.
Some of the community members saying we're like a leapfrog or something like that with the vehicles.
She said she came to celebrate the milestone while also continuing to push city leaders to make the streets safer.
Because each life we lose on the streets is someone who doesn't come back home to their family.
The city isn't stopping at 100 HOCs. The Street Transportation Department says they'll be installing the 101st at 7th Avenue and Coulter in January. Reporting for Operation Safe Roads, I'm Adam Klepp.
All right, and Adam just covered the pedestrian side of things, but let's talk about now how this works for drivers. So basically, you'll see that flashing yellow light for 5 seconds when someone pushes the button at a HOC. Then a solid yellow to prepare you to stop, followed by the solid red, which gives the person crossing about 20 to 25 seconds to get across. From there, the light will begin to flash red, which means stop and then proceed when it's safe to do so. So treat it like a stop sign, essentially. All right, just over 48 hours here until kickoff of the Big 12 championship game. And the Sun Devils came out to Texas Roadhouse Wednesday to activate the Valley, signing autographs and meeting with fans ahead of the big game. The stakes are as big as they can get right now. If ASU wins, it earns a spot in the inaugural 12-team college football playoff. This team has already overcome the odds, picked to finish last in the Big 12. But if the Sun Devils want to clear this final hurdle, they'll have to do it without their best receiver, Jordan Tyson, who is out for the rest of the season. QB Sam Levitt knows regardless of who's out on that field, the team has to capture the moment.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not worried one bit. You know, we're out here today and everybody's making plays left and right. So I just got to put it up there and trust my guys and, let them make some plays and show who they are.
Betting site FanDuel currently lists ASU as a 2.5-point favorite. This is the biggest Sun Devil football game in at least a decade, and ABC15 is your home for ASU in the Big 12 championship. Catch the game from Arlington, Texas this Saturday. It all leads off a conference championship tripleheader starting at 10 a.m. right here on ABC15.
With your most accurate forecast, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. Another sunny and warm day for the most part here in the valley, with temperatures starting off this morning in the mid-50s, climbing to the lower 70s at midday, and forecasting highs to be 10 degrees above average for this time of year at 78 degrees. We'll see mild temperatures in northern Arizona, too, with highs in the 50s from Flagstaff to Heber and Show Low, 60s in areas like Payson, Prescott, and Sedona, with 70s elsewhere across the lower deserts. But we are holding on to a very slight chance of a shower or two, mainly across eastern Arizona first this afternoon and potentially in the valley later on tonight. So we do have a 10% chance for a sprinkle or two later on tonight, then drying out the rest of the week with the exception of eastern parts of the state. So here's that 7-day forecast. We stay in the 70s all the way through the weekend now, and it's early next week too, although those lows will take a dip. Meanwhile, in Flagstaff, we'll be in the 50s through at least Sunday, and the 30s and 40s for highs early next week.
We'll have another update for you tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather and traffic at abc15.com or by downloading our free ABC 15 mobile app.